because you're bypassing your emotions and what's going on in your body, because you're affirming, right? Mentally, you're going there, but you can't intellectualize your emotions, and I'm standing on that. Hi, it's Sage the Dragon. I hope you're well. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here, and I just want to talk about emotions for a second. I want to talk about how it's so easy for us, and this is no fault to anybody. I've been doing shadow work for a very long time. For those of you who have been trucking with me for a while, you know that shadow work was my thing. It's so easy for us to be in the mind and how we address what we're feeling, how we handle our past traumas, that we forget that our emotions are not the villain. Emotions are just messengers trying to communicate with us an experience that we're continuously having that we're not aware of. I've said this before, everything is happening in the present moment. There is no such thing as the past. So something that happened to you 10 years ago, every time it's triggered, it's like you're experiencing it all over again in the present. That your brain and your body does not recognize that this happened to you 10 years ago. So for the sake of efficiency and trying to keep you safe, it doesn't even register that what's triggering you right now is a new thing. It's kind of like it just takes the key elements, puts it into the computer, and it's like, oh, we know this. This happened to us before. And it just registers as the same first traumatizing experience that you had. And then what goes on a body level is your body records the response to what was going on. And so that brings us back to why you're still not getting what you want. It's because your body is still playing out the block, the trauma, the emotional reaction to whatever experience that you're trying to combat with your affirmations. Somewhere along the line, we've been taught that you can't get what you want if you feel a type of way. That is the road to a not good time. If it's been working for you, kudos. Maybe it's working for you because you just have the capability to shift yourself in that way. I don't want to be the type of person that's like, if you're doing it this way, you're a liar, because no, we're all living in our own universe, and if it's working for you, then sis, this ain't the video for you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing it right. But if you clicked on this video, odds are what I'm saying applies to you. You need to feel what you're feeling. You need to feel your emotions so that you can fully process out the energy that is coming up instead of keeping yourself in this loop. I know this because I just learned this lesson the hard way. I've been not running away from my emotions, but let's say something makes me mad. But reacting to that would imply that I'm not living in the end, right? So I was in this constant loop of this emotion coming up, me affirming it away to kind of suppress it essentially. And I just got to a point where it wasn't working, okay? So now that I'm allowing myself to feel this and truly parenting myself and saying that it's okay to feel these emotions aren't bad. What can I learn from what is this emotion telling me? And then when I started doing that, then it started linking me to these memories, these other experiences, asking myself, is this familiar? And then I can go back and address and craft the affirmation that addresses the root, because the emotion popping up isn't the root. It's just the leaf. You pluck the leaf is just going to go back because you didn't uproot the real issue. You got to pull out the whole thing. But in order to do that, you can't be quick to just hack it off as soon as you see a leaf. You need to look at it. You need to observe it and be willing to dig deeper. You don't have to go into this whole this grandiose thing of digging into when you were 2 years old and XYZ happened. But just to be able to recognize, oh, this is where this pattern of thinking started. Now I know what to affirm to kind of like reverse that initial programming. Anywho, I hope that made sense. I intend this was helpful for you, and maybe in another video I'll talk more about my experience because I try not to ramble. But embrace your vulnerability. Embrace your emotions. They are your greatest allies because all they're doing is communicating something to you. The way you are God is always through your perspective. So either you can look at your emotions as an invasive thing that's just something that's in the way of what you want, or you can look at it in the sense of like, my good old trusty messengers, what's going on in the body today? What's the update? Have a little staff meeting with yourself. So, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.